Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. So this is your market snapshot for June 8th, 2024. The S&P's finished higher last week, making new highs. So this was our previous high back about 2 weeks ago on Thursday. And we can see that on Wednesday we broke that high. We opened below it and closed above it. Had a strong rally on Wednesday. Thursday we remained flat, but we still did open a little bit higher. And then Friday we made another new high and then a slight pullback right here. The NASDAQ looked very similar. So the NASDAQ's roughly a very similar chart to that. I feel this is led by mostly NVIDIA. If we want to look at the Russell, though, that's a little bit different story. The Russell is actually in a clear downtrend right here, and this is a 20-day, 1-hour chart. And we're making new lows. So a new low was made on Friday. And this is, I believe this is primarily just the economic growth concerns affecting smaller companies more directly. And that's just leading to a little bit more volatility right here. So the SPY finished up 1.26% last week. The Qs finished up 2.72%, and that's, I believe, primarily led by NVIDIA. If we look at NVIDIA finished the week 10% up, so they had a 10% gain last week. It looks like trying to get above 1,200, which they did. And then lastly, we'll look at the IWM, which is the Russell 2000. And it's actually down -2%, which the last few weeks, actually, the IWM has actually been kind of the leader. But it's down, so we need to just take note of that. As far as some of the market news next week, it is going to be kind of a big week. So Wednesday, you actually had the FOMC meeting with discussion on the rate cut. And then we have CPI on Wednesday, really nothing on Tuesday or Monday. Unemployment on Thursday. And then consumer sentiment on Friday. So we need to look out for that stuff. But really, this FOMC stuff on Wednesday is going to be the big market mover. Normally, we'll actually trade kind of flat up until this, especially Tuesday and Wednesday. And then I want to say briefly one day last week. So this is actually sorted by market cap, the NASDAQ. And NVIDIA is still in third. Apple is in second. And I think briefly one day last week, NVIDIA actually surpassed Apple as far as market cap. We can see it on Friday. Apple actually had a pretty good rally, up 1.24% on Friday, whereas the NVIDIA was actually down 0.09%. So they did drop just a little bit. So we did have a few kind of weird things happen last week. First of all, so there was actually a glitch that happened in the New York Stock Exchange. A number of stocks, the tickers actually traded, got halted, or actually broke A. So on Monday, actually, Berkshire went from, and this is a $62,000 per share stock, went from $62,000 to $185. So for a brief 5-minute period, the stock was down 99%. That was just something odd that kind of happens that you don't really ever see. And then it rebounded back. They basically just said this was some type of a glitch. I don't know. You really don't see that type of stuff very often, but I did think it was kind of noteworthy to mention. Another thing, GameStop is back really big in the spotlight. Roaring Kitty, if you don't, I'm sure you probably know who he is. Anyway, he came out with a live stream actually yesterday on Friday, and it's gotten over 2 million views. Last night, it was at like 1.9 million. At the peak of the live stream, I think there was over like 700,000 people. And basically, he was just giving his thesis is why he was long GameStop still. And this is actually the screenshot, or I've actually paused the video here showing his position. You know, he's still long 5 million shares of GameStop. And then he has 120,000 contracts at what looks to be the 20 strike, expiring June 21st. And, you know, that's roughly equivalent to 12 million shares right here. So it's kind of interesting to think about if he was to actually exercise those. or if those shares were put to him, this is supposedly a heavily shorted stock, and just coming up with 12 million shares to deliver to him, that would kind of be an interesting thing to see happen. So we'll look at view cash secure put candidates right here before we end. So this is going to be a few ETFs. This is at 4% out of the money, July 19th expiration. That's 41 days to expiration right now. This is going to find a strike roughly 4% out of the money. We have the put listed here and here. It tells you the bid and ask to let you know if this is wide or easily to get into, I guess. Your return on capital, the annualized return on capital. And this is the delta of that particular option. But that is 4% out of the money. If we go to 6% out of the money, and these are going to be your strike 6% out of the money. So if you want to, you can pause that, and maybe this will give you some trades that you can look at. And then I'll pull up the weeklies here as well. So this is 5% out of the money, July 19th expiration, and I'll just scroll down real slow here. So once again, all this stuff is in alphabetical order. We do have the earnings date listed here. And once again, this earnings date just goes out 30 days. And this is actually 30 trading days, not 30 calendar days. So 30 days here is realistically at least 45 days. So like this one here, 8 days, that basically means that is 8 trading days away, not 8 calendar days. And once again, we also have the annualized return on capital, the regular return on capital. I have the 52-week high and low here that tells you what percent we are away from those. If you want to know if they pay a dividend, it's listed right here in the yield column here. And that is the annual dividend payout for those stocks. And then we also have the RSI, which is going to tell you if it's overbought or oversold. So anything above 70 is considered overbought. Anything below 30 is considered oversold. So that's for that list. So anyway, I think that's about all I have. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.